Well, let me know if you're familiar with this scenario. You're with friends, hanging out, having an awesome time, listening to music. Suddenly, you have this need to hear a specific song. You just want to hear it, and maybe you've been hearing Despacito for quite a while, and you just need to hear that song. So what do you usually do? You have to go look for the person who controls the music, tell them, hey, can you play this song, please, please? Or, just rob the auxiliary cable from them, or, pair your phone with their speaker. And this happens, all over the place, at the office. If somebody's playing music, they're controlling the music. Road trips, same thing. So that's what Jamyx is. Jamyx is an app that allows you to create social playlists where everyone can add their own music and everyone decides what music plays next. And so, like Edwin was saying, my name is Ramir Camu. I'm CEO of the Work Studio. And we decided to build this because we like music, we like to try new things, and what was out there, we just didn't think it had what we wanted, and so we decided let's just build our own little playlist. So let me get into it before the gong goes off. Social playlists. The first thing you do is you create a playlist. You can either host a playlist or you can join a playlist. And to host a playlist, you basically sign up, download Jamyx, create your playlist, and immediately you get a little menu that allows you to set the settings for that playlist. You can call it something. So we got Dallas New Tech. That's actually a playlist that exists. So if you download it and you look for it, you'll find it. You can set it as a public. You can enable votes. You can reset votes. And it's also got a specific code that you can give people so that they can join that playlist. Each playlist is also attached to a specific location so that people can find it wherever they're at. The next step is, of course, you add your music. We have Spotify integrated into the app, and we also have Apple Music in there. So what you do is you're presented with all your playlists. You can search for songs. Just like Spotify, you get your albums, you get your artists, all your specific songs. Once you get to a playlist, you can say, hey, I just want to add this whole playlist. You can select specific songs and get them on there. It'll tell you which songs are already on that playlist. And then that's where the fun starts, because you get to invite people to join the playlist, and they get to add their own songs. So there's two ways of joining a playlist, either by location, so you can go in there and find playlists that are nearby you. You can just log in and start adding songs to them. Or you can also send a little message, either text message, Facebook, whatever it is, and send an invite specific to the user with the code that allows them to join that playlist. So, this is very helpful on road trips because, the location keeps changing. Once you find your playlist, you can join that playlist again. And the cool thing is, we wanted to make it so that people could actually decide what plays next, right? So you get to see, you get to vote, oh, I don't like this song, or I like this song. And as people start voting, the list starts rearranging itself. And, when songs have a lot of negative votes, you'll never hear them because they'll never play. And so that's what you do. You get to vote for your songs, people get to add their music, and you can get the party started. So that's about it.
You had a minute to spare.
Oh, look.
Okay, so, hey, did you get a good action shot of him? I was noticing how well dressed he is. Did you get a good action shot there? All right, good. All right, let's do 5 minutes of Q&A. We've got right here.
Hi, real quick, what's the business model?
Well, this is our initial MVP. So we have a lot of different premium features that we want to add. Our initial model is to start getting users, start getting people on board, start testing it. So there's a couple of different ways. One is premium features and also in-app purchases. But we're also looking at targeting retail, restaurant, so we can actually have them. We're building this web portal also that allows them to display the next songs and on screen. And we want to also gamify it a little. So, basically have like a little dashboard or competition, who's the best DJ of the night. But it's mostly going to be based on in-app purchases and the retail hospitality industry.
Whose music are you playing?
Well, this is Spotify, so anything that's on Spotify,
Sure, but if I have Spotify, but my friend has iTunes, and
It uses the host Spotify account. So if you're joining my list, it'll use my Spotify account for that.
but everyone involved has to have Jamyx.
Yes, yes.
So at WWDC yesterday, Apple just announced a new shared up next list. What does that do to your business model or to your plans?
Well, I think what we really want to do is focus on the social aspect of it and the gamified aspect of it. So right now we're at a very early stage. This is kind of our MVP. So we're still trying to get users on there and start to get some feedback from them. And then we do have a little road map that we have in place, and that's kind of where we're going to start really focusing on the next few features to add.
So for the retail premises, let's take a bar for example. I know a lot of the businesses there, they have to pay royalty fees. So have you guys taken that account into, I guess, their Spotify?
Well, we would have to have a different solution because we would have to have licensed music for that.
Okay.
So that's something we're looking into.
And a follow-up on that, on kind of the retail premise. For example, entertainment venues, they've got jukebox apps out there.
Right.
Where a user can buy credits and it's split between the jukebox company and the bar itself. Is that in your future business plans to compete with?
There's some similarities to that. So the idea is that the retail or the restaurant will be able to select kind of their approved list of songs that the user can pick from, and then the users are able to kind of select from that list and say, okay, I want this one to play next, and so that's kind of the main idea.
What type of incentives are you looking for to pay back the users for the retail side?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that one?
The retail business is looking at bring people in.
Correct.
The user, us, are going to be using this. What type of incentives are you going to push towards us to encourage us to go to your bar?
Well, I think that's a good question, and one thing that we're looking at is being able to partner with these restaurants and retail locations to somehow offer specific promotions, discounts. Say, hey, if Tuesday nights are really slow, then we'll through Jamyx we'll offer some sort of discount or 2-for-1 or whatever it is. But looking at that would be one of the options that we could use.
Any other questions?
So performance rights organizations can take up to 3 years to pay artists if they're streamed in a retail location. Since you have accurate tracking on what's played in a retail space, do you think there's an opportunity in paying artists a little bit faster or maybe even direct?
Well, that's something we really haven't thought about, but it's worth looking into for sure.
Any more questions? Got a little bit of time left. Okay, looks like that's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you guys.